We've got a whole group picture thing happening back there. That's okay. Y'all can join us when you're done. For this tiny crew, thanks for coming through. My name is Whitney. I'm the founder and curator of a space called the Martin. It's located in the Westtown neighborhood. I hope you all come and see us. Essentially what I'm going to do here for you today is a miniature version of a solo show that I'm working on right now. It's called Figurines, and it is all based around these figurines that I was gifted throughout my childhood. Does anyone here recognize these, or was anyone else gifted these growing up? No? You recognize them, but you weren't gifted them. Okay, well, here you go. This wasn't burdened on you as you were growing up. So my family was a ceramics and figurines based family for sure. So I got one of these from baby to 16. It's okay, they're having a lot of fun back there. It's totally fine. It's part of being a performer. Don't worry about it, don't stress. So I got one of these every year from age 1 to age 16, and like everything else, I abandoned it when I left home, right? Of course I did. I didn't want them. And then what my mother chose to do is put them all in a couple of plastic bags, put them in a box, send them through the USPS, and give them to me. So I spent about 2 years having them in my home before my lovely partner here said, we need to do something with these. And I didn't feel like I could really give them away. I didn't feel like I could drop them off at a Goodwill or anything like that. They had been gifted to me. So I wasn't really sure what to do with them. And what do we do with things that we don't know what to do with as artists? We make art with them. So I've been using them to build out this show for a while and wanted to share it with you. So this show is a little interactive. We've got a small crew here today, so I won't be asking too much of you. But interactive to me means I may be prompting you with a question, much like, does anyone recognize this? Was anyone gifted these when you grew up? And you feel free to respond. Interactive is not interrupting, is not coming at me at any point when not prompted. So anyway, I would like to start this performance tonight with a small poem. So this poem came with every figurines, every single one. So it was a little tag on here. So these were actually called the Growing Up Birthday Girls. Okay, Growing Up Birthday Girls. And as you can see, really good resemblance to me and how I turned out. So this was like number one, like here's how you're gonna grow and this is what you're gonna look like. And so I think I've really hit it. But I want to share with you the poem that was attached to every growing up girl. Okay? Pay attention, it's a little tricky, okay? Ready? The joy of watching you grow up as each day you grow more dear. Nice. Here we go. Here's where we're going to get a curveball on this one. Pay attention. You cheery smile and giving heart. Let me go back. You cheery smile and giving heart mean more and more each year. Yes, that's right. There's a typo in the poem that they mass printed and produced and continued to attach to the figurines year after year. You cheery smile and giving heart mean more and more each year. And with this gift, a special love, which keeps on growing too, wishes you a happy birthday and years of dreams come true. So, beautiful poem, right? Beautiful. Let's give it up to the Growing Up Girls. So we were a really big ceramics family. Did anybody else, was anyone? Oh, no. We'll just keep it here. Hello, there we go. Oh, this is a technical nightmare. Future. Hello, test. Here we are. Are we good? Are we good? Help my. No. You know, project. Hello. All right. All right, y'all. So based on the vibe that we've got here tonight, we've got a cute little crew here, but I'm going to go ahead and just jump forward to my last story for this evening. So this piece is called Let's Go Through This. So I wrote this, I developed this in response to something that occurred, an exchange that occurred in about 2019. So I work at a restaurant called Split Rail that my partner is a chef and owner of, so give it up, Split Rail. Come and see us. My gallery space, The Martin, is now attached to Split Rail, so it's a really special opportunity. But if you haven't noticed, I'm a fairly tattooed person, and I spent 2.5 years serving at the restaurant before COVID hit and everybody took pause. And being a person who is heavily tattooed and having my hands and my arms at eye level for the guests that I was serving, a lot of times I was either touched, grabbed, asked about my tattoos, etc. So very used to it, but never really had an exchange like this. So I was sitting at the bar one night. I had just gotten done with my shift. I was having a drink and just reflecting on the night, taking a breather, being excited that it was done. And there was a stranger sitting next to me. And he said what everybody who has tattoos never really wants to hear, which is, nice tats. To which I said, thank you. He wanted to continue then, and so he said, so let's go through this. And kind of motioned up and down my arms, and I just said, no. So this stranger, this person asked me to essentially go through the entire intimate story as to why I've done this to my body and what it all means. And I refused to do it that night, but instead I wrote a show in which I will do it in a space where that man certainly isn't. And so tonight I'm going to go through all of my tattoos, tell you why I got them really quickly, and you're going to understand a little bit more about me than this man ever did. But first I need to know what side that you want me to start on. Put your hands together if you want me to start on my left side. Put your hands together if you want me to start on my right side. Okay. One person really wants me to start on the right side, and I almost want to give it to you, my friend, but the left was a little bit better. Now, for this, I do have to take my pants off. Does anyone have a problem with that? Great. Oh, you do. Okay, perfect. You can close your eyes. I don't care. All right, here we go. Left side. Here we go. We'll begin with my mother's portrait based off of her nursing school photo. Below is a horseshoe for luck. Back here is a bee, no meaning, good filler. Then a crying cloud that I ripped from the internet. Every great artist steals, right? A beloved previous dog of mine gotten during the year of marriage in which you were supposed to buy each other leather. Instead, we abused our own skin dedicated to her. An umbrella filler tattooed on me by a person named Frog, and a small dedication to the mountainous wonders of Colorado. A diving girl who means nothing other than the canon of classic American tattoos. This is a King Protea tattoo. It is not an artichoke, serving as a reminder that if you think a tattoo looks like something that it is not, that is what it will be called for the rest of your life. This is a top hat dedicated to the cat that I used to have named Zombie Abraham Lincoln. Tulips for Zoe, a reference to her favorite book and a time when it snowed in April. Our house is full of tulips, if you want any. A tiny book because I read books. A rose, no meaning, looks fucking cool. This says moi, which is an inside joke and actually a direct reference to Pretty in Pink. An hourglass with a text that says never enough because my father died when he was 42, and since then I fear my time is running out too. A match dedicated to Zoe and how I got her to stop putting actual matches out and burning candles, okay? This is a bicycle because goddamn I love them. I got an ampersand on my ring finger after I became engaged as a reminder of me, and which has morphed many times into whatever I need it to be. This says hello, and a person named Steven, who likely still lives in Indiana, also has it tattooed on him. It was the first thing he AOL messaged me, hello, with a question mark, and we thought it was cute and thought we were in love, and a couple months later split up, but still have these forever. This is a swirly bird that means nothing, but it was the least amount of pain of any of my tattoos because a butt tattoo is all fat, baby. A cardinal for my hometown of St. Louis, accompanied by lyrics by Tim Kasher of Cursive that say, "We're a family of strays, but together we have been found." This is a matching tattoo with two friends pulled directly off the internet, matched with a line of poetry, Rupi Kaur style. My father has a scorpion tattoo, and now I do too. Pookie! Tiny script that says cocktail matched with politics on the other leg. It's a Death Cab for Cutie lyric. We spread out and everyone is frightfully more aware of cocktail politics and obscure details. One of two anchors, this one says Mom, and these are my grandmother's initials, ALL. I copied this tattoo directly from a friend from my childhood softball team. We don't all have original ideas, and that's okay. Now the right side. We'll begin with my floral cap sleeve, one of my most painful to date, but also a favorite. Flowers chosen by my tattooer, simply aesthetically pleasing. I bought the mushrooms for my birthday last year as a bold filler. This is a matching tattoo with my brother, a ship helm that says, "Embrace the change." The avocado tattoo that I thought was clever and cute, and now leads me to too many conversations about avocados. A lemon and a lime are my dedication to the hospitality industry, citrus being the perfect companion to food and drink. This says "and also," and was a matching tattoo with a best friend who, for reasons unknown, decided I was no longer worth it to stick around. Back here is the result of my request for a woman with a tattoo. This says "Wonderful Life" in French, tattooed in West Virginia, the first time my friend's feet touched an ocean. Split rail friends for split rail, baby. This is my gin tattoo filled with juniper berries. My name is Whitney, so the W's make sense here. This plant was left in the windowsill of the apartment I moved into when I was taking a leap and living alone. It thrived, as did I. A butterfly, no meaning, looks fucking cool. This says messily, and Zoe has massively, and that's how we love each other. My dedication to the Martin and this current iteration, coordinating arrow tattoos, because I too have unoriginal ideas sometimes. My middle finger says "we," as in "we chef," or an answer to a frequently asked "moi." My longest and most painful tattoo to date, done in a shop in Louisville, Kentucky, that should have been done in one shot, but instead was done in 3, and early lessons in quality tattoos. My first tattoo, a nautical star, when I was 17 years old. The birds, and the notes that I got in a shop. The birds and the notes that I got in a shop when I was 18 and visiting Chicago for the very first time. Someone has played the notes on the piano for me once. It doesn't sound great. The envelope hands are more classic American imagery, and this is my soul cat, Brains, but reimagined as a tiny sailor. This is a cicada whose dying screams remind me of a back deck woods in a place that I used to call home. Tiny script that says politics, matched with cocktail on the other leg. One of two anchors, this one says Dad, and my father's signature, tattooed on the first Father's Day I had without a dad to call. This is somewhere around 46 or so tattoos across almost 20 years. 9 times people have tattooed their body to match mine. Hours spent in shops making small talk and trying to mask the pain. Never feeling cooler than when someone tells me I sat well. So much of this doesn't mean anything, and so much of this means everything. So no, you don't get to sit there and ask me to go through this without knowing a thing about me other than we happen to be at the same bar and you wish you could sit through pain like this. Thank you, everyone.